Welcome back to this week's edition of Carolina Kart Scene, episode number 54. I apologize for not putting out an episode last week. Just had too much stuff going on and could not finish the episode in time. We'll get into a lot of different racing. It's almost going to be easier to tell you who's not running than who is running in the coming week. A lot of great racing. As always, thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and doing the things that you do to help the channel out. And if you are here and have not subscribed, please do so. What we try to do is try to get the word out to all the race and racetracks that are running in Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia, so that people can go out and either race or go out and have some good family fun and watching a lot of the events that do go on. So with that said, let's get into it. First racetrack I want to talk about in North Carolina is going to be Wake County Speedway. This is again one of the larger NASCAR asphalt tracks that actually runs a Champ Kart on the particular nights. They had racing for Champ Karts last weekend, and they're going to do it again on Friday night, April the 12th. Gates open up at 6 p.m. Races start at 8:30 with Champ Karts putting on about 25 laps. Posted a video before. I've been to this track of the Champ Karts to run, and they do put on a great show. So definitely an opportunity to get out on Friday night and go watch some great racing. Next up in North Carolina, running on Saturday, April the 13th. Hopefully it'll be a lucky day for everybody. It will be Old State Line Speedway in Lawsonville, North Carolina, north of Winston-Salem. Gates open up at 10 with practice start at 1. Again, a lot of different classes they're going to put on this show. They've had a race a couple of weeks ago, and this is a redoing of a lot of this track had almost shut down, and now it's come back, so it's great to see them. So if you're in the area, definitely a good opportunity to get out and have some fun and watch some good racing. Next racetrack I want to talk about is Woodleaf Raceway Park in Woodleaf, North Carolina, near Salisbury, North Carolina, off I-85. They're having a two-day show, but it's not going to be a combined show like a lot of other tracks. They're almost having two completely different shows on each night. On Friday night, gates open up at 5, practice start at 7. They got Pro Clone 375, 425, Pro Senior Champ. They have junior classes, hobby classes, all throughout the line, and they do have that. So definitely a good opportunity to get out and run with them on Friday night. On Saturday night, they're going to have the Hoosier A4 Treaded event. This is going to have wing karts, cadet, beginner box stock. They'll also have Champ Karts, Teen Champ, Senior Champ, Juniors, and then also some flat karts with Juniors, Hobby Dakar, and a Clone 390. So definitely a good opportunity to get out and watch them. On Saturday, gates open up at 4, practice start at 6. Next up is Albemarle Speedway. Technically, they are not running on this particular day. They're having a test and tune. And so the gates open up at 12 noon. So if you've got an opportunity to come out and get some laps, shake down a motor, scuff some tires, whatever you need to do, this is a good opportunity before they get into their schedule and their swing of races they have. And again, that's Albemarle Speedway in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, with gates opening up at 12 noon. Next up is B&B Kartway in Dudley, North Carolina. They'll be running on Saturday, April the 13th. Gates open up at 10 a.m. with prices start at 12. They will run heat races and then mains, something unique that they run that is different from other tracks in the area. Always put on a really fast show, great show that they do have. So definitely something to come out. So again, gates open up at 10 with prices start at 12. Next up in North Carolina is Triple T Raceway in St. Paul's, North Carolina, off of I-95. They're going to be having the second race of their backyard series. They're going to have a lot of different classes: Hobby 375, Red Plate, Clone, Junior classes, Hobby Champ 425, Super Heavy 425, and a bunch of other classes they're going to have. In addition to that particular one, they're also going to be running the Southern Clay Mini Mods. I've never seen them run before, so it might be really interesting to get out and watch them race. Gates open up at 11 a.m. with prices start at 1, so definitely something to come check out and have some fun with them. First racetrack in South Carolina I want to talk about is Foothills Raceway in Easley, South Carolina. They're actually going to be running on Thursday night on April the 11th, and they'll run 6 different classes, and they will actually run a number of different main events for each one. So definitely check out their Facebook page for updates and layout and the flow of classes. They'll have Clone 375, 425, Predator 375, 425, and also Champ Kart. So definitely an opportunity. And they will also have junior practice night for any juniors that want to come out and get some lap time. So again, April the 11th, practice start at 7:30 with the first race kicking off at 8 o'clock. Next up is Sugar Tit Speedway in Greer, South Carolina. They'll be running on April the 13th. They'll have Pro Heavy 375 running on this particular night with Clone 350, 375, 410, 425, and on down the line. They've got junior classes, champ classes, so definitely an opportunity to come out and have some fun and do some racing. Looks like gates open up at 10, where practices start at 12. Again, in Greer, South Carolina. Next up is Low Country Karting in Andover, South Carolina. They'll be running predominantly a Reaper tire event on April the 13th. They've got a lot of classes, junior classes, stock Predator, Hobby 375. They'll also have Amateur 375, Pro Clone Warm-Up, Pro Clone 390. All kind of different classes they will have. They will also have a few of open tire, Clone 375 and Clone 425 that they're going to be able to run. It looks like gates opening up at 9 a.m. where prices start at 11. So hopefully you can get out and have some fun with them. Next up in South Carolina is Lake City Speedway in Lake City, South Carolina. They'll be running on April the 13th with gates opening up at 8 a.m. with practice start at 10 a.m. So a very early start. So hopefully you'll have a lot of luck on April the 13th. So again, they got a very active Facebook page at the Lake City Speedway. So definitely check them out. Check out some of the racing going on. Also running in South Carolina is Warrior Creek Speedway in Gray Court, South Carolina. They're going to be having a mixture of their Clone 375 classes, 325, 350. Also, they have a ladies tread classes. They'll have a couple of Reaper classes, 360 and 390. They'll have a bunch of different traded classes. Looks like 3 of them that's going to be on the line, in addition to their juniors. Gates open up at 4, practice start at 6. First racetrack I want to talk about in Georgia is Hurricane Creek Raceway. They're going to be having their spring shootout on April the 13th. Gates open up at 8 with practice start at 11. A lot of different classes. Rookie, junior classes, pro amateur light, pro medium, and super heavy. They'll also have junior predator classes, pro junior 1, 2, and 3. So a lot of different racing on the line. So definitely get an opportunity to go and check them out. Again, gates open up at 8 with prices start at 11. Next up is Georgia. This will be South Georgia Kartway running on April the 13th. This will be part of their Point Series Championship. They will have parking on Friday night, but all the action will start on Saturday with gates open at 10 a.m. with prices start at 1 p.m. We got Pro Heavy guaranteed, Pro Light, Pro Medium, Super Heavy. They'll also have rookies. Run What You Brung, and a lot of different other classes they will have on the line. In addition to their normal lineup, they're also going to be running a traded tire classes. So this, again, another racetrack that has started to run the traded tire. A couple of tracks have started and stopped, but again, it's great to see more opportunity to run this particular tire. They'll have traded 380, 355, and 430 on those ones. And again, this is a tire where there's no prepping on it. Can't do anything to it. Once you start with it, you're going. So hopefully you'll get out and have some fun with them and enjoy the racing.